fun rooms. All right. So these fun rooms got all type of shit in there, y'all. Like, okay, so the sex rooms, you got options. You got the sex rooms, you got the fun rooms. So these sex rooms at these parties in Hollywood, these sex rooms is the rooms that like Cat Williams was talking about in his stand up. You know, when they in there and they, they doing all different type of things. You know what I'm saying? Certain, participating in all different type of sex rituals. You know what I'm saying? Man with man, women with women, man with child with children. They doing it with children, like not just like homosexual activities. Nah, they in there with like grown man with kids, grown women with kids, grown man with grown man, grown woman with grown woman, like all out recklessness. You get what I'm saying? With kids as young as 5 in these parties. You know what I'm saying? Um, now because it's a part of sex rituals that they believe in, right? Okay, now they like to do buck breaking with the guys that they bring in Hollywood. So they like to make them go through them sex rooms so they can break them in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the orgy parties, but they want to break them in though, like, cause buck breaking is something that they always did among. They've been practicing that amongst us since the physical slavery days. Like the slave master is something that's kept quiet, but it's real. Like the slave master, you can look it up. The slave masters used to go and they used to go in the. They always talk about the women getting raped, but they didn't just rape our women. They used to go and rape the man too. All right, so it was called buck breaking. All right, they would go rape the man. They would go rape the male in front of his wife. They would go rape the. They would go like say you a family. You a 30-year old guy, 30-year-old goddess. We know time not real, but let's just use an example. All right. 30-year-old guy, 30-year-old goddess. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, the slave master come in and rape your 8-year-old son in front of you. You know what I'm saying? In front of the mom in front of the mom and the father would rape the 8-year-old son, the 9-year-old son, yes. And then would turn around and rape the father in front of the mom. Yes. Like they would do all that. It's called buck breaking. Okay, so doing that was a way to get our women to not respect us and to kill the respect, for us, which it did play a part in that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of our goddesses went in fear when that was going on. Like, how can we? They created us to protect them, and then when shit like that was happening, it's like, damn, okay, how can I still respect and trust my protector to protect me when I just witnessed him get fucked in the ass in front of me? You know what I'm saying? And imagine the psychological effect that has on a father when he got to watch his son get raped in front of him. And then he got to turn around and get raped. Yeah, they did all this. It was called buck breaking. Now, this practice, they still do in Hollywood to this day. You know what I'm saying? Anybody coming up in there, this buck breaking. So they take them through these fun rooms. And then with the goddesses, that's what the Me Too movement ain't even really touch on what they really do. It was like a light little over what they do. That little Me Too movement was some little, and that was all a front. That was just to try to act like they was disclosing some shit that go on in Hollywood, and that if it did come out, something would happen to them. That was all fake. That was all for that wasn't nothing. Cause what's really going on, they ain't never put out there, but it's coming out now. You know what I'm saying? This is all rolling downhill now. You feel me? They do the buck breaking. So they got the fun rooms, but they send them there after they did nod on their aura through sexual intercourse with these different women and these different men they done sent their way. All right, and then when they get them in these fun rooms, they like to do the casting couches. All right, so the casting couches, like, do you know how many, like, all the little porn stars that we see in porno? A lot of them have been kidnapped. These are women that have been kidnapped and drugged and they be drugged up doing them flicks, man. You know what I'm saying? Conscious replays. Like they do it with the porn stars too. A lot of them women been kidnapped since they was little girls. You know what I'm saying? You be wondering like how the fuck could she sit here and suck 10 dicks like that at one time? Like y'all never went there. I have. I didn't see the flick and be like, how the fuck can she sit here have a dick in her coochie, her ass, in her mouth, and a dick in each hand and want more dick? That's not normal. I don't give a fuck how much acting you got going on. How do she even a lot of them be drugged up, and they've been drugged up and trained that way and been brought up through sex trafficking, and it's sad. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. Like to think that like all the porn stars, we thinking these regular people that grew up and just decided to jump in that shit. Yeah, you got some that grow up and they do go in that shit, but majority of them was kidnapped, sex trafficked, grew up in the shit. You know what I'm saying? And you wondering like, how is she sitting there? You know what I'm saying? How is she sitting there with 30 dicks lined up, ready to go? You know what I'm saying? Like how? Like who can act out such a scene? You know what I'm saying? Because I heard they don't even get paid like that, like that. So who can act out such a scene? You know what I'm saying? Who has the heart to take on 30 dicks like that? You know what I'm saying? And you ready for more? Like, no, that ain't natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never, like, when I was watching porn, I could never watch that type of shit. Because it didn't arouse me or nothing. You know, it was a stupid to me. Like, how the fuck? That ain't cool. How you cool with that? You know what I'm saying? That is not cool, though. Now you going too far. You feel me? You done went too far on this motherfucker. You like enough is enough around this motherfucker. Like, we ain't finna. I don't even want to see all them joints on the screen. Like, that's too many joints for me. So you really lost me. It's too many joints on the screen. You hear me? Like, I ain't finna be one body, 30 joints. I'm cool. Like, you be like, I'm good off that. Y'all, I'm just being real. Y'all know my throat chakra open, but I'm just saying we just never asked them questions. And this is because a lot of these women, I'm not laughing at the women. I'm laughing at, y'all know we laughing at. But I'm saying like a lot of them, they grew up in sex trafficking. And it's sad. You know what I'm saying? It's more sad than anything. But it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, and then like I say, it's at these parties. You see? Because cat ain't get deep enough. We gonna get deeper with these parties. See, listen, man. Did y'all know at these parties, man? Like, no lie. They got the sex room, and in there, like I say, they got the casting couches in there, everything. Like, so if you ever seen the porno, look, the pornos where they call like casting calls or some shit on Pornhub and all that shit like that. If you've ever seen that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, everything they put in those flicks, they do to them at these parties, y'all. That's the point I'm trying to make, nigga. You hear me? Like, it ain't just no flick. Like, I'm talking about the most extremist of shit, nigga. No, this ain't no regular shit. Nah, this ain't no, they just in there having a train. They just in there. No, this some extreme, like I say, the shit you see them, all them extreme, even the bestiality shit, like when they be fucking horses, like, they be making them do that, y'all. You hear me? They be making them do that, y'all. Y'all hear me? Like, no, on some real shit. Like, I know too many people in Hollywood. I'm trying to tell you. I just can't say their name because, they didn't sign contracts and they in shit. You feel me? And I know they kill their family and shit. So I ain't, I ain't in there. I ain't in that though. I don't owe Satan nothing. He can't come collect over here. I can say this type of shit. They can't. You know what I'm saying? I told him to him, like, listen, man, ain't no running back to the light. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't run back to the light. You got to face what you did. You know what I'm saying? I'll be real with them, too, y'all. Not telling like, I can't help y'all. I'll listen to you. You know what I'm saying? I'll listen. You hear me? And I'll warn others, that way if you want to help the world that way. But I can't give you no pointers, and I can't help you. I can't intervene. And you gotta deal with, you know what I'm saying, with them contracts, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying, like, but it starts with the gnawing of the soul, y'all. And they get to these parties and you got all the humiliation rituals going on. That's just the fun room. But no, when you get to the next room, which is this is the room where they making them like eat all type of stuff. You hear me? Like, they got like toes, fingers, legs, elbows, and everything on the table. Y'all hear me? I'm serious. Listen up. That was now we was just talking about the sex room. Now we talk about the fun room. All right. Somebody said hostel. It's worse than hostel. Hostel and all that shit is they do that in real life. That come from real life. But no, in this fun room, they got this table, right? And they got all these different like plates lined up with different stuff on it, like people feet, people toes, people hands, people, you know, and then it got tags on it. So like, if you eat this, you get $1,000. If you eat this, you get $2,000. If you eat this finger, you get $3,000. If you eat this, you get, you know. I don't think y'all hear me. Like I'm dead ass serious, and I'm telling y'all this, and these sorcerers don't want me to tell y'all this, man. This go on. All right. I don't think y'all hear me. In this room, they got people body parts on plates at these parties, and each body part got a price tag on it. And that's just in one room. Then they got another room called the 100K room, right? And in the 100K room, all the body parts in there start at $100,000 and up. So if you eat it, you get $100,000. And you got people that go in there, and in that room, they be having like people eyes, whole heads, brains, um, all of that shit in there. You feel me? Yeah, at these parties. I'm telling y'all, like real shit. Like, I ain't gonna never lie to y'all. You hear me? That's what Cat Williams didn't say. He just talked about the sex rooms. He didn't go into the rooms where people can eat different human body parts for money. And people be doing it. People be doing it. Nigga, they wouldn't have a room if people wasn't doing it. People be recording the shit too, but you know what I'm saying? They keep all that shit in their phones for videos and you know. And see, like, is at that point they make like the new recruits that they recruiting into Hollywood. They make them go to these parties, and then they make them go to these rooms. And when they make them sit, when they see these rooms, most people like completely lose their mind. So that's literally what happens to most people. Like you got to think when you walk in these rooms, motherfuckers is already sitting at the table laughing and eating people eating human body parts. So like imagine walking in the room, right, and they got all these different body parts with price tags on them. And then there's people already sitting down at the table because they already trying to win money. They've been at the party. They got like how when you see somebody eat barbecue